from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host, Jay, and simply.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, guys. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on YouTube at J Spot. That's the J Spot Radio. Like and subscribe to our channel. Listen, it's just me. I hope that you all are having a great day. I hope that your week has been great thus far. Guys, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. But listen, let me tell you all something. I'm a little bit late. Let me tell y'all why I'm a little bit late. And I want you all to chime in on this conversation. So this is for the fellas. How important at this age, listen, we're in a 30 plus age range. But how important is gaming, playing games? Do you all play games? Listen, I know y'all play relationship games because y'all like to be on that bull junkie. But I'm not talking about those games. I'm actually talking about the real games like the Grand Theft Auto and all of that, the Call of Duty. How interested in what level and how important is gaming in your life at this point? Are you all putting gaming over relationships and relationship activities? Do you guys schedule, if you're playing the game and your boo listens, she like, listen, I want to go out somewhere tonight. Do you turn down going out because you're playing the game? Or are you one of those men that say, no, Jay, it's not that deep. I'll play the game, in my free time when I have some spare time, then I'll play the game. So gaming is not that deep. Or are you one of those men that say, you know what, listen, I love my game. I love playing the game and I don't play any type of games. When it's time for me to play my game, I'm all in. I don't want anybody disturbing me. I just want peace and I want to be able to focus on playing my game. Are you one of those men? Now, here's also the thing. Listen, what do you all think about this? Listen, your girl, she come and she's like, babe, what do you want for your birthday? So you're like, you're telling her, listen, you can give me the Grand Theft Auto. Listen, you can give me that GTA or you can give me the Call of Duty. You can give me one of those. So, listen, Christmas come, what she give you? She give you some booty for Christmas. She give you some booty for Thanksgiving. She give you some booty for New Year's. So then it comes to your birthday and she got the little lingerie on. So you like, she like getting all dancing and sexy for you. And you're like, okay, where's my gift? I asked for Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty. And here she go in this lingerie with the same old booty. She giving you the same old booty that she done gave you for Christmas and New Year's. Is that acceptable? Are you okay with the same old booty when really you wanted Call of Duty? Are you okay with that? Let me know what you all think about that, fellas, because ladies, sometimes, listen, we can get a little twisted. Because some of these guys, they actually take that gaming, seriously, especially the younger dudes are coming up. And I'm gonna be honest, some of these guys are really making a good living being gamers. But if you in a 30 plus age range, I don't really think that you all are gamers. You missed the listen, you have missed the beat. Your knees are bad. You got arthritis in your thumb. You are not a gamer if you are in the 30 plus age range. You just like to play the games. And let's just keep it at that. You like playing the game, but you are not a gamer. Now, these young people, these youngers, 18, 19, 15, the young 20s, that's their career. But if you got bad knees, if the doctor has diagnosed you with rheumatoid arthritis, you do not, and you are not, I repeat, you are not a gamer. You have missed your beat, sir. I'm sorry that you don't want to do anything productive in life, but we will not refer to you as a gamer. But fellas, is getting the same old booty, is that, do you all even get excited about it anymore? Speaking of booty, are you all like, with the way that society is just over sexualized, do you even get turned on anymore? Like, is there any, because it's like there's nothing left to the imagination. I mean, if you listen to some of today's music, they're telling you where you can stick it. They're sticking it in places that you didn't even know existed. They're sticking it in places that you didn't even think that you didn't even think to stick it there. They like, yeah, I stuck it in her nostril, and it came up in her throat. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, everything that they describe in their songs, it sounds like it hurts. I'm just gonna be honest. It sounds like when y'all done doing it, she gonna end up in the ER because you done stuck it somewhere where it wasn't supposed to be stuck. Now you got an infection because you stuck it in her nose and she sneezed. Now done got up in there. Now your little soldiers are blocked up. Now you got an infection and she got to get her nostrils reset because you done bung her nostrils out. It's just all this stuff that they're talking about in today's music. It's just Wait, Cedric, you're saying I used to be a financial gamer till I turned 40. Now, Cedric, you can inbox me and let me know how long ago was that, because you got to tell your counterparts. You said till you turn 40. So listen, he said when he turned 40, he let it go. He was already a financial gamer. So he was already established. You cannot be 47, 52 years old talking about some, yeah, I'm a gamer. Because we're not going to listen. You, sir, you have to get a job. You can game as a side hustle, but the gaming is not going to be your primary position and you're just getting started and you're 57 years old and you got rheumatoid arthritis. You're not going to sit up here and tell me that's your primary source of income, because one of your thumbs don't even work. So how you going to be a gamer when you got the headset on and you up in there playing game and then your fingers lock up and they waiting for you, but you can't do nothing because your hand unlocked up? Listen, we're going to leave that for the young people, the new people. We're going to leave that gaming for the new people. Hey, pretty Tasha, how you doing? But fellas, what do you guys say? Does, with the way that the world is over sexualized today, are you guys even, is there even any stimulation? Well, not, I don't want to say stimulation, but are you even turned on anymore, or are you just doing it because you see it's there? Like, I feel like at this point, a woman can walk by without any clothes on, and if you're playing a game versus a naked woman walking past, I don't think that you all would even look up from the game and notice. And the reason why I say that is because you've been bombarded with, listen, it's only so much clapping it can do. I'm sick of seeing it clap. I've seen things that I'm like, wow. Okay. And now I feel like, okay, now yes, I know you can clap it. I know you can make one clap and the other one's still sitting down here. You can make them both clap at the same time. You can flip it up. I've seen it. So if I'm not impressed, I just want to know, how do the fellas, how are you guys feeling? Are you guys still saying, you know what? I'm not impressed by a woman and the beauty of a woman's body anymore. I'm not even impressed by anything because it's too much. We see everything. Everything is so openly talked about. People don't even like the kids today. Listen, I remember, back in the day, you were excited to kiss, to be able to sneak a kiss in. And oh my God, you were ecstatic, baby. If you were able to get somewhere and dry hunch and get you a little rub on her little knobs or touch a little behind. Listen, you was good, baby. You was the king of the jungle if you got that far. Today, It don't listen. They don't care nothing about any kissing, stealing a kiss. They don't care nothing about dry hunching, baby. That thing done went right from their pants to your ear, and he got his friends and all this like that. And then listen, all kinds of stuff. So, ladies, that's a wake-up call to still be like, you know what? Look, it's time to turn it down some, because again, when you're trying to be romantic with your dude and he like, listen, this the same old booty. You know why it's the same old booty? Because he's being bombarded with booty all on the computer screen. Listen, he see lumpy booties, clay booties, droopy booties, volcano booties, stinky booties, infected, pretty booties, round booties. He said all kinds of flat booties, you know, just listen, they see all of it. So, what makes your booty different from all of the booty that he's being bombarded with on the screen? So, you got to do something different. So, it's like if your man is asking you for the Call of Duty, get a man a Call of Duty. Don't keep giving him the same old booty that he keep getting. You gotta see, you gotta have some variety on that booty. Now, how do you have some variety, Jay? You're gonna have to message me for tips on how to have variety, because this is a kid-friendly program and I don't want to start, you know, because once this mouth get to running, baby, I forgot that we all on iHeart and on YouTube. And listen, I'll be banned. You'll be going to search the J Spot, it'd be a big old X right here, because this mouth has just said some things that they should not have said. So yeah, listen, but ladies, these fellas, the older seasoned fellas, we gonna just let them have their foot, because listen, you cannot have sports and these games. You have to pick one. And I suggest you all stay with the football games and the basketball games and all that other ish, because I don't know a woman in 30 plus age range that's gonna be playing these type of games with you all talking about some, I'm a gamer, I'm a gamer. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So definitely, I'm just trying to help y'all fellas. But the young guys, the new people, sweetheart, Auntie Jay say, carry on, do y'all thing, keep rocking out, make that money, you know, build your family up. But for these old geezers, listen, keep your day job. Keep your day job. Don't go talking about you're a gamer at this point. And ladies, please stop getting these men. Listen, you got to get them the gift that they want. You can add the same old booty to it as a bonus. But if he's asking you for a gift, go ahead on and get a man a gift. Don't sit up there and try to, you know, skip out on them with the gift and give them the same old booty. Now, listen, speaking of skipping out, what do you all think about this? This guy, he says that, you know, he's on a first date and the lady, she shows up with no money. And so he's eating in front of her. So he refuses to buy her a meal, and she's forced to sit there and watch him eat because she didn't bring any money to the date. So now he's sitting there and he is eating while she's watching him eat, and she has no money to order any food. So he's sitting there eating a steak, baby, a whole juicy. Now listen, I don't understand how people eat steak because I hate red meat, but nevertheless, he's sitting there eating a steak in front of her and she's filming it. So I'm hoping for her sake that this is a skit. I'm hoping that it is. But right now, I haven't confirmed whether it's a skit or not. You know, these things take time to find out if it was really real or not. But according to this video, so the lady, she's sitting there and she's going back and forth with the guy. So you're not going to buy me nothing to eat. So really, and this is the first date. So really, so you mean to tell me you going to sit here and eat in front of my face like this and you're not going to order me anything? And now she's like, oh, you're wrong for that. You're bogus for that. I'm just trying to figure out, what do you all think about that? Is this man wrong for not ordering this lady something to eat on the first date? Or is he wrong for that? He's sitting there and he is eating. He is, baby, he getting down. He is enjoying that disgusting looking steak, but he appears to be having the time of his life getting his eat on with that steak while she's sitting there recording him, practically begging him to get her something to eat. And she's also telling him, you know, I don't have no money. I don't have no money. I have several problems with this. And you all are going to be surprised with what my problem and who my problem is with. My problem is not with the man at all. Do I think that he should have paid for the lady's food and if he invited her out on a date? Absolutely. Let's just get that. Let's tackle that part. I think that he should have paid. He invited her out for a date. I think that she should have paid. However, the flip side of being good and grown, Mom and them told me coming up, Mom and them always said, don't you step foot out this house without your own money. It's two things that you need to have money for before you leave the house anytime. That's one, to get you something to eat. And the second thing is to be able to get back home if you get somewhere and get stranded. So she violated both of the things that mama taught her. So, ma'am, what were you doing when mama told you not to leave the house? If you didn't have your own money to buy at least yourself something to eat, why on earth would you go outside knowing you didn't have any money? See, it's her fault. Ma'am, you put yourself in that position. You are supposed to make sure that you got your stuff accounted for. You can't sit up here and depend on nobody else. You're grown. You got to take care of yourself. And that was definitely, definitely, and I mean definitely, and I'll stress that again, that was very, very irresponsible. That was very irresponsible of this lady. You go out, first of all, with a stranger, and you're assuming that he is going to pay for your food. Again, yes, he should have paid because he invited you out and it was a date. Yes, he should have paid. But baby, before you sit there and beg anybody to do anything, if you didn't have the money to get you something to eat, at least get up and walk away with your dignity and your self-respect. She sat here and watched this man eat this whole steak, and baby, he was just up there just making all the little sound effects, just being real good and ignorant. Again, is he wrong for that? I'm not saying that he owed her anything. What I'm saying is now he was bogus because, again, he knew exactly what he was doing when he sat there and he was eating and making all the commentary. Again, I'm hoping that it was a skit. But the fact that she sat there and watched this man eat this entire meal, did not offer her anything, did not buy her anything, and she's sitting there constantly begging him. So you're not gonna, so for real, so you really gonna be like that? So you really not gonna buy me nothing to eat? You really not gonna get me a meal? Oh wow, you invited me here, all this other stuff, just going on with the craziness. And I'm just like, ma'am, he's already told you, he's already showed you that he's not gonna buy you anything to eat. He's sat there and ate his whole meal, and you're still sitting there. Oh wow, really? Really? That's how it's gonna be? He done showed you that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be, and then some. I'm like, what's the conversation for? You knew that he wasn't gonna buy you anything, and this is what kind of leads me to think that it was a skit, because how are you still sitting there and his meal comes and you didn't know that he didn't order you anything? If you got there and the waitress came to take you all's order, and you come back and you see that he didn't order you anything, Why was that not your cue to get up out of there? Why did you not take that as a sign and say, you know what? Oh, I don't even got time for this bull junkie right here. I am out. I am out. I definitely don't have time for these type of Tom and Jerry type games. I don't have time for this. Cedric, you're saying, did he invite her? Yes, he invited her, Cedric. It was the first date and he invited her. Leo, you're saying she should have got up and exited stage left with that. Absolutely. She should have definitely exited. I mean, baby, he's sitting up there, he cutting the steak. Oh, this steak is so juicy and it, whatever it is. And she's just like, oh wow. Really? You gonna sit there and eat the steak? Why ain't she done ate the whole meal and you still sitting there? You still sitting there when the waitress came and you saw that he placed an order and it was just for him. At that point, if you didn't place an order at that point before the food even came, you knew that he did not have you on his list to pay for you anything to eat. You should have got up out of there and said, you know what? Okay, I got it. Or you should have just took it upon yourself to order for yourself. But either way it goes, you knew that there was a sign there. You knew that you were not going, your meal was not covered. You knew that prior to his food even arriving, because for a steak, y'all waiting there at least 20 to 30 minutes for the steak to get ready. So what were you doing in between that 20 to 30 minutes before the steak even came, before the food even came to the table? What were you doing prior to that food coming to the table? So I'm sitting up here, I'm like, ma'am, you're just wasting time. You're wasting time. But for that man to sit there, invite her on a first date and not pay for the date or not pay to get her something to eat, I think it was tasteless. I think it was very immature. But again, I'm going to shift responsibility on her as well, because, ma'am, why would you sit there if you know that you've been invited on a date and you guys have placed your order for your food and you see that this man did not order you anything? Why would you still continue to sit there and watch this man eat? We got to move better. So ladies, let this be a lesson. If a man is inviting you out, yes, it's good to, listen, if he's inviting you out, it would be good to, it's safe to say, okay, listen, I think he's gonna pay, but you can't be too sure, especially, let's be honest, in the day and age that we're living in. You cannot, and I'm just gonna say the word, you cannot assume, because you see clearly what assuming does. It has made a behind out of her, because she's sitting there now looking crazy while this man sits and eats his meal in front of her, does not buy her a meal, and does not offer her anything. So she's sitting there looking crazy. Again, I think that that was very immature of this guy to do that. But again, at the same time, ma'am, if you're grown, ladies, again, take this advice and take it and really take heed to it. If you are being invited out on a date, yay, woo, we're going on a date, yay, woo, let the bells and all this other good stuff ring. Good, we're going on a date. But don't you leave that house without having your stuff covered, having your bases covered. Jay, what are my bases? Your basis is to be able to pay for your own food if you have to, and your basis is to be able to get your behind home if you need to. Those are the bases that you need to have covered. So there's no way that I'm gonna be sitting up in there, really, really, Nay, you ain't gonna be. So that's how you gonna be. You ain't gonna give me. Listen, and I know, listen, you all, I can, the type of personality and the mouth that I have, it'd be a hard time with this one being for me, because we wouldn't have even made it past the waitress getting to the register or getting to the kitchen to place his order before I was out of there. Because here's the thing, if you and I'm gonna have my own money to buy my own meal, so that wouldn't be an issue. But the fact, if you invite me out and I have to put on the good draws and the good bra, I got to slick my edges down, I got to go through all of this foolishness to come outside with your Bama behind, and I can't even get the meal that you invited me to. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna walk away from that table that I was sitting at with him. I'm gonna go sit at the bar and I'm gonna order my own food. Don't, sir, don't come over here. I don't know you. Security, security, security. I'm gonna get my food. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna bounce. Now, if he's coming over there and if he's bothering me because I'm sitting there and I'm no longer sitting at the table with him, then I'm going to just order my ride and get up out of there. That's just me. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. When we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families. Gabrielle.
Come on for you, me love you for true. Come on for you, do what jump me for true. Come on for you, me love you for true. Come on for you, hey. Let me tell you now, how the Congo girl, I'm up right through, wind up every tune, dancing in my blood, in the African way, got so much effort to share, yeah. Congo girl, come on for you, me love you for true. Congo girl, come on for you, do what jam me for true. Congo girl, come on for you, me love you for true. Congo girl, come on for you, hey. Spirit out on the run, talk what you don't know. Jump in me so, what's it we go do? Warrior to me heart, vibrate like a jump from start. All the Congo no ma, the energy take like a work of art. Congo girl, come on for you, me love you for true. Congo girl, come on for you, do what jam me for true. Congo girl, come on for you, me love you for true. Congo girl, come on for you, hey.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe to our channel. That's the J Spot Radio. Jay is Jaye. Go to our Facebook page, like and follow us there, the J Spot. Go to our Instagram page and like and follow us there, the J Spot, Jaye, for all three. Turn on the notification bells. Bing, bing, bing. Guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, you all, our next hot topic, because again, it's a lot of foolishness that's going on in the world, especially when it comes to relationships and dating. It's just like, I just often wonder, are we ever going to get it together? Because it seems like we're in the day and time where everything is everything is recorded, and it's to the point where you really don't know, when you see something online, you don't know what's real versus what is really a skit. You just don't know. And I'm just like, okay, come on now. Y'all gonna have to help a sister out. Like, help me out, because again, I don't know, just by looking at this stuff, what's real. So I'm gonna say, for the safe side, I'd like to say, you know what? I'm gonna assume that it is a skit when you're seeing a lot of these videos. Well, what do you all think about this? So here's the next hot topic. The young lady, so she is the girlfriend, well, the stepmom. And so she says that every year at the end of the school year, she takes her children on a special trip to commemorate the ending of the school year and them doing a great job. So now she's married and she has a bonus daughter. So this is the first year with the bonus daughter being with her and her children for the summertime. So she decides to take the kids out for, she planned the trip that she always does for her kids, but this year she included the bonus daughter. So she took the kids on the vacation. But here's the kicker. She took them out of the country and she did not ask nor inform the biological mom that she was taking the bonus daughter out of the country. So now the biological mom is upset because you done took my baby out the country. You ain't asked me nothing, ain't said nothing. Now, mind you, the lady is not the biological mom is not asking, she didn't have to pay anything. But it's the principle of the matter that you have my child out of the country. You did not ask me. You didn't say anything about this. And so now my kid is in another country. I have no idea what is going on or where my baby is. And so the bonus mom is like, you tripping. How are you complaining because I took your daughter out of town or out of the country to celebrate the ending of the school year. So now the bonus mom is feeling as though the biological mom is wrong for being upset. And then the biological mom is feeling that, you know what, listen, you are out of pocket because you had no right to take my child out of the country without my permission. What do you guys think about that? What is it? What is this? Or is it the mom? Is the mom overreacting? Should the mom cool out? Because you know what? Listen, she didn't have to pay for this, and her daughter got a chance to go out of the country on an all expense, paid trip. She's out of the country. Or are you with the bonus mom was saying, you know what? She's with me. I didn't ask you for anything. You should be grateful that I'm taking your daughter out of the country. They're 11-year-olds. So the kid is she's 11 years old. The kids are she's 11. So an 11-year-old is taken out of the country with the bonus mom, but the bonus mom did not inform the biological mom. Now the biological mom is upset because she took, the bonus mom took the her bonus child to another country without informing the biological mom. And so now biological mom is upset. Leo, who is wrong? You said no, she was wrong. Who's wrong? Is the biological mom wrong or is the bonus mom wrong? And here's the thing. While I understand wholeheartedly where the bonus mom is coming in from, I wholeheartedly understand. I get the point that she's trying to make, but I think that she's off base, and I think that she's missing the point that the biological mom is making. She's like, yo, you can't do that. This is my baby. You didn't tell me. I don't know anything about anything. You have my daughter in another country, and I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea that you were doing this. You didn't ask me anything. You didn't ask. I'm wondering, does the father know that this is what's happening? Stuff happens all the time. Miss Kimberly is saying some people don't want to accept that they are. Oh, okay, we're not to that part yet. I'm sorry. With the bonus mom, so she took her out of the country. So again, with the bonus mom, I understand where she's coming from. She feels like, yo, I'm doing a good job. Like, how are you complaining that I took the baby out of, took your daughter out of the country? I didn't ask you for anything. I didn't ask you to pay for the trip. It's an all expense paid trip. Everything is paid for. Why are you complaining? So that's the standpoint in which the bonus mom is coming from. And again, I believe that she's missing the entire point because she's focusing on the money being spent, but she's not focusing on the fact that she literally took this daughter out of the country without informing the mother that she was taking the child, taking her child out the country. So I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have a very big problem because you didn't inform me that you was taking my baby out of the country. And I don't like that. You don't have the right to do that. So again, I think that the bonus mom was definitely missing the point. I do think that the biological mom has every right to be upset. However, once you find out that your daughter is safe and everything is all right, I don't think that you should try to ruin the trip and make them come back, because now that you know what's going on, you can, everything else, in my opinion, can be addressed when everything comes, when they come back. Now, Cedric is saying, okay, this is good. Cedric is saying the biological mom is tripping with the wrong person. So you feel like she should be tripping with the father. And I totally agree. I think that the trip should be with both adults. But as you said, Cedric, primarily the father, that it was your job and your responsibility to communicate that with me so that we can be on the same page, so that I can know what's going on with my child at all times. So I do definitely think that the mother should have the biological parents should have communicated. But again, to follow that up, once the biological mother established that her daughter was okay, she's safe, she's in good hands, she's having a good time, I think that the rest of it could have been addressed once the trip was over. But you guys, just because and I'm taking it from the bonus mom, she's like, listen, I love this little girl just like she's my own. So, I don't understand. Like, I feel like she's my own child. So I wouldn't do that, to her. I wouldn't leave her behind. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is all of this coming from? Like, why is she upset? Why is she upset if we paid for everything? I'm not asking for her for everything, anything. I think that that's where the bonus mom kind of missed the the situation. She kind of missed the point of it because she's looking at it from a different point of view. She's not looking at it from the point of view that she took the baby without the mom's knowledge or the mom's permission. But again, this was clearly something that she talked about with her guy or the husband, whatever their relationship was. They didn't really specify that, but she talked to him and he was okay with it. So like Cedric said, that was definitely an issue that the biological mom should have addressed with the father. Now, speaking of addressing with the father, what say ye all about this foolery? The man, he drops his kid. Listen, she done called. Your son needs some shoes. When you gonna bring him some shoes? Just talking crazy. So the father come on, he brings the kid his shoes. Now, kicker is, she gets mad. The mother, she being the mother, gets upset with the father because he didn't buy shoes for her other children, which are not his children. So now she's upset and she doesn't want to accept the shoes for his child because he didn't bring shoes for the other children. Again, I am hoping that this is a skit because come on, lady. Look, come on. These skits, I'm telling you, I'm hoping this is a skit because these skits are killing us. And if this is a real life situation, ma'am, I want you to turn that camera around, turn it off of this man, turn it to your face, look at yourself good in the face, and give yourself the hardest slap in the face that you can. I mean, take your hand all the way back from Mississippi and come and slap yourself dead in the face for expecting this man to buy your children shoes. Why on earth, madame? Why would he buy your children shoes? Why is he responsible for buying your kids shoes? The ones that you laid down with, that you had fun with making it, that's who's responsible for buying the shoes. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He was the nut that he bust in you. He bought a pair of shoes for that nut. You got to go back to all the other dudes that bust the nuts. You got to go back to them and get them to buy the shoes. The nut that he bust, he bought the shoes for that nut. Now, I'm not saying that the kid is the kid started off as a nut, but now it's your kid. But he bought the shoes for the nut that he bust. So, ladies, look, okay, because some of us are getting too carried away with this foolery, okay? Some of us are getting too carried away. Who is this man responsible for? Who are the fathers responsible for? Who are the men responsible for? He's responsible, and I'm going to say this because maybe this is where we would all get an understanding for. The child that he bust the nut to create, that's who he's responsible for. That's it. If the nut he bust guy is related to another nut that was bust by another dude, he's not responsible for that man's nut, because guess what? He wasn't there when that nut, he wasn't there when all that was going on, So he's only listen, I'm not being a pick me. I'm not. Listen, I'm not. I'm just saying, well, how am I responsible for something that I didn't even get the pleasure of creating? He didn't blow your back out for them other kids. He didn't have you laying in a wet spot for them other kids. You got to go find those dudes and hold those dudes accountable. Or I don't know how many other dudes were accountable, but again, this man, he did nothing wrong. He took care of what he was supposed to have taken care of. Now, if you can't find, or if the other dudes are not stepping up to the plate, then that means that you got extra duty to do. Now, had you asked this man maybe nicely, then maybe he would have. Maybe he would have. But some of you all act as though just because this guy, he bust a nut in you, he's responsible for everything that you brought to the table. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having multiple kids. And listen, rock out, do whatever. Listen, do whatever makes you happy. What I am saying is you got to stop expecting men that have no relation, no responsibility. Everybody is not responsible for your kids. That's just like if I'm the auntie. Listen, now, what do you all think about this? Let's say I'm the auntie to the dude that bust the nut, and I'm only buying a gift for that kid and not the rest of the kids. Are you wrong for that? Are you wrong for being a relative and buying a gift for the kid that you're related to, but you don't buy any gifts for the other kids? Are people wrong for doing that? Because if you say, no, Jay, they not even related to those kids, they don't owe them kids nothing, that's the same attitude that you have to take with the father. He's not related to them kids. He don't owe them kids anything. Now, would I say, oh, Jay, am I that? I'm really not that type of person. Here's why. Because kids, listen, they didn't ask for this. They did not ask to be here. So you got caught up with a threesome and you done got a kid out of it, and now he gonna take care of his kid, but he's not gonna be responsible for nobody else. Is he wrong for that? No. But as an auntie, as an aunt to multiple kids, kids that I'm biologically related to kids that I'm not biologically related to, but I'm auntie. I'm not going to go and bring just the kid that I am biologically related to. And I know that there are other kids in the house. Now, I'm not going to. But listen, I reside somewhere else. But that's just me because I have a heart for kids. I don't like to see kids hurting. I don't like to see that. I don't like to see kids being made to feel like they're undeserving. And sometimes the way we do things, it can have a negative reaction on the other kids that are there. So I'm just simply saying it from that standpoint. So am I saying, so Jay, so you said he should have brought shoes for everybody? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, okay, listen, I'm going to buy shoes for my kid, but guess what? I got food or candy or chips or cookies. I got something for the other kids. No, it's not a pair of shoes, but I'm letting the other kids know you're not forgotten about. Now, listen, you do have some kids that have that 666 in the back of their head that no matter what you do, it's not going to be accepted or appreciated. And at that point, that's between you and your mama. Okay. But for the other little kids that are excited because they got something too, then that's what it's going to be. So again, I'm going to bring shoes for my kid, but I'm going to bring some chips for everybody. Everybody going to get a bag of chips, including my kid. So now they all feel like they got the same thing. And sometimes it's that small gesture that will make them forget about the shoes because they got something. So now they're not feeling left out. Again, are you obligated to do that? No, you are not. No. But you kind of put yourself in that situation when you had a kid with somebody that got multiple kids. Again, RJ. So you mean to tell me that this man can't just go over there and take in his kid? I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is have some compassion on a kid that had nothing to do with grown folk business, because we are in a day and time where, for real, seriously, you all, we are punishing innocent kids. We're punishing them because of how they got here. We are punishing innocent kids. Jay, what do you mean we're punishing innocent kids? The way some of us act towards kids that are not biologically ours, because we done went and laid up with somebody that got other kids, and now you mad about the situation, but you went and you sucked your slong dong over there. You knew other kids was over there. But guess what? Instead of pulling out, you chose to do all of that. And now you added yourself to the mix and you added yourself to the number. So all I'm saying is just show a little gesture to let them know that they're not forgotten. Because again, at the end of the day, what happens is, and a lot of people don't understand this and you don't want to admit this, but like Lawan is saying, the negative actions from the kids also brings resentment. It absolutely does. So now you're inadvertently affecting your child's childhood, their happiness, and their well-being, because you are making them, putting your kid up on a pedestal. And listen, guys, I want you to not take this out of context, because again, you are supposed to do special things for your kids. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm not saying don't do that at all. Try to see what I'm saying. And just try to look and put yourself in a situation and monitor the kids. Ask your kid how things are going once you, let's say you buy them a PlayStation or something for Christmas and the other kids don't have it and they can't play with it. Ask your kid how things are going at home for them with their other siblings, and you all will be surprised at how your child is being picked on and bullied and pushed around and outcasted and alienated by their siblings because of you taking care of them, which you should. So, Jay, you said I'm not supposed to do that. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you know what? If you're going to get your kid a game, maybe keep the game at your house so that when your kid come over, you can let your kid play the game there. Well, Jay, my kid ain't over here always. Well, then guess what? Maybe that means you need to step up a little bit more and get some more time with your kid so that they can be able to enjoy your company and enjoy your game and enjoy their game that you bought for them at the house. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to take that expensive game over there, and guess what? One of the siblings going to get mad, going to get jealous, and guess what? That game is going to be broken. And you gonna be mad, you gonna be big mad, and now you gonna be hollering at the mama. Why you let Tiny Tim break rah game? Yeah, but it's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening. But if you take a little time and just simply acknowledging the other kids can save your child some heartache and some pain. Cedric is saying, bring them some bag of chokes, some them chips. Listen, bring them something. But what I'm saying is, we have to move better when kids are involved, even if they are not our biological children. They're not our biological nieces and biological nephews. Listen, I have little kids. Auntie. I'm like, now whose kid is who? Come on, baby. Because I don't know who. Listen, who do you belong? My family's so big. We don't care who the kid. Look, it's a whole bunch of them. Listen, how bad could one more be? Two more be? I don't know. It's a lot of these jokers. So listen, there's room. It doesn't matter. So, but here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, here's the thing that you tell your kids. If you call me auntie, you better be prepared to get treated how auntie treat her nieces. Listen, because if you run through the house and I say don't run through the house, I will trip your child, okay? I will trip your child. I will pluck your child up because you call me auntie. So you can't want the benefits I can't just be auntie when it's benefiting you. Oh, when I'm bringing you something, now I can be auntie. But now it's time to chastise you. I can't be auntie. No. So be very careful about wanting me to be your auntie because, again, you run through my house, I'm tripping you. If you jump in my bed, I'm putting you out. That's just how it goes. But again, they're going to all get the same treatment. So the moral of the story is let's stop punishing kids, innocent kids, for the decisions that their parents have made and stop punishing them and making them feel bad, especially if you know this chick got 5 kids and you come over here and give her baby number 6. And now you want to look down on her. How you looking down on her when you was just over there playing too? You got your turn too. Now you done left yours over there. Now you want to look down on her like, listen, you part of the madness too. You part of it. You participated. How she gonna have 5 kids by these dudes? The same way you just came and gave her baby number 6. So it's so quick to judge. We can look down on everybody else's part, but we're not looking down on our part. When it's kids are involved, let's start being more mindful, guys, and start taking the kids' feelings into consideration. Let's block out the parents and let's block out the grown folks' noise and take the kids' feelings into considerations. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. When we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation conversation at a time.
Cause every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back in, baby. I just hate repeating myself. I hate repeating myself. Cause you got me tripping, I've been fucking up for a minute. Yeah, you got into my head, got the whole thing spinning. I'm repeating myself. I hate repeating myself. I just hate repeating myself. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back in, baby. I just hate repeating myself. I hate repeating myself. Cause you got me tripping, I've been fucking up for a minute. Yeah, you got into my head, got the whole thing spinning. I'm repeating myself. I hate repeating myself. I just hate repeating myself.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Guys, it's just me. But listen, sitting next to me, we have esthetician
Hey.
Chandler,
Ooh.
mother of a group of cool dudes,
Hey, y'all.
and a little lady,
Missy Woo Woo.
Lady Lotus. How's it going today?
It's going.
Good.
I didn't get rained on coming up in here.
Man, it was a mess. I was just like, listen, I don't know, if I'm gonna have to pull a porn hair out or what was gonna be the case, but I was just looking out the window. I was just like, listen, thin it. But guys, listen, thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe our channel there, guys. Also go to our Facebook page, like and follow us there, the J Spot. Also go to our Instagram, like and follow us there, the J Spot, Jaye for all three. Turn on the notification bells. Boop, 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 beep, and boop. Beep. Listen, Lady Loves, before you came in, so I was telling them about, as far as when you have all these kids, you dating a chick with these kids, and so like being an auntie to somebody that may have kids with multiple kids that's not related to, say, your relative. Do you, and it's the kid's birthday that you're related to, do you bring just that kid something? You're going to bring them their birthday gift. But if they have siblings, do you get something? It may not be as lavish as what you're bringing for your relative, but do you supply the other kids with something?
It's not their birthday.
So Lady Lotus is on the side of the dudes.
It's not their birthday. So it's not your birthday.
So your relative toy is going to get broke because you bring a little toy up in there. So I was saying that I will bring something for everybody, not a toy, but just something because you want them. Or let's say, okay, scratch birthday, maybe Christmas. It's Christmas.
If it's Christmas, I'll take everybody something.
Okay,
but if it's not your birthday,
right? And I can get that for the birthday. I can get it.
I mean, whatever it is, if it's not that child's specific day, I can get it's Christmas, I'm gonna get something for everybody.
I can get that.
If I can't unfortunately, if I can't get something for all these kids because you decided to put a baby in somebody who got a whole bunch of kids, then ain't nobody getting nothing.
Right?
Because I'm not gonna get broke trying to buy something for everybody. I get little niecey, little nephew. We'll go out to eat, go catch a movie or something like that, whatever the case may be. But I took care of my tribe, and I ain't trying to take care of somebody else's tribe.
And that's the point that I was making. Like, if you don't have it to give everybody, and it's that kid, I'm gonna take my relative, and we gonna go out. And then fathers, this may be again when you're dealing with kids with multiple. You got one good parent, or you got one active father. should he be penalized for, against taking care of his kid when her other baby daddy kids are not being taken care of?
Nobody should be penalized. Me being myself, being a mom, that had to, almost called them something bad. That had two BDs. That's the proper word to use. I didn't deal with all that stuff in my house. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the oldest kid's dad didn't really come around bringing too much. But, the dad that was there, he didn't play favoritisms. He never felt like, oh, these my only two. His family never treated them like that. Kids are kids and family is family, and they don't understand separation. And when you call separation to come, you call strife with, I don't like you and I don't like you. And they don't like each other because I'm hurt. Why your daddy keep coming, but my daddy don't come? So if you are a good dad, don't look at it like I'm being penalized. Those kids don't have what my kid have, but I'm going to come through and I'm going to show everybody love. And showing love don't necessarily mean I got to spend money. You could just come in the door and be like, hey, little woo-woo, how you doing? What's up? You doing good in school? That's what's up. Next time I come back now, tell me you doing good. I might have $5 for you. Something in that manner. You know what I'm saying? But don't penalize your own child because of the decisions that the parent made either. If the oldest boy's daddy came and picked them up and took them shopping and bought them new shoes, nobody expects him to come home with shoes for the other two boys. Now, they daddy would have bought shoes for everybody, but I can't expect you to do that. I would rather you pick them up and take them than walk in the door with a whole bunch of bags and the other kids just got to sit here and look crazy. Because I could talk to them and be like, hey, your brothers might come home with some stuff now. Whatever they get, maybe I'll be able to take you out later and get you some new shoes or whatever the case may be. But, we're going to talk about it.
And that was a great perspective. And I'm glad Lady Lotus was able to explain it like that. Because, coming from I just got one kid, but I can speak from an auntie's perspective with it being a whole bunch of kids. But the point that she made, which I was striving to make as well, is we can't punish the kids for this and acknowledge that the kids are there, whatever it is. And like she said, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but acknowledge them, ask them about their day, bring something.
Bring them some pajamas.
Something to let them know that, yes, I see you.
Right.
Yes, you are important. Yeah, you're whatever. Because you have no idea how far that small gesture goes, because even especially if their dad is not involved, but by you doing that, you're subconsciously telling them, yes, you are important. I see you as well. You matter. I see you. You're not invisible. It says a lot. So we definitely have to, again, let's keep the kids in mind. Let's keep, when we're moving, let's keep that at the forefront. Not, oh, that ain't my kids. That ain't my responsibility. Ain't nobody ask you that.
And if you think about it, a child only knows what we teach them.
Absolutely.
So if you teaching them, oh, this shoe better than this shoe. My daddy bought me this shoe, and that's your shoe mama bought you. This Jordans. You don't got Jordans. They only know what we're teaching them. And as long as we teaching them that, hey, it's okay. You got shoes on your feet. It doesn't matter. They only going to see those differences when we instill them in there. Your daddy and dad beat. They daddy always here. They only know that because the mama said it.
Right.
You talk about his daddy like a dog. And when his daddy come around, you hee. They only know it because you treating them like that.
Facts.
I can't stand you because you look just like your pappy.
Yep. And mothers, we definitely have to do better with doing that, because then now you taking it out on your kids because this guy is doing for this kid. And then subconsciously, some mothers, listen, let's be real. You take it out on this kid because the father is doing what he's supposed to do. I'm like, I just can't, I don't know how I would be able to separate all of that. It's just that's above my pay grade, because I only have one.
It's not, just to say, it's not a separation. With my oldest kid's dad, I never spoke bad about him.
But it's like, if I had one kid, I had multiple kids, but the one dad was well off financially, so everything that my one child by the well off dude has, that child is top of the line, everything. The other kids are nice and they're clean, but it's not like this. That father may be a label whore. I can't afford these labels that you put, but my kids are clean. How do you, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't know how to deal with that particular type of situation, because should I tell the father that's a label whore? Do I tell him not to? Oh, you can't listen.
You can't tell
him.
You can't. I don't feel like you could tell him not to do it, but I can speak to you and say, hey, I love what you're doing for our child, and I don't want to take that away, but it's causing problems within the house. The other kids are jealous. They're doing this and they're doing that. Could you kind of tone down what you send him home with and keep the other stuff over there for when he come out over there with you? Everything is like a simple conversation, opposed to all that bickering and stuff. That's how we get defiant, and I don't want to do it, but like, I don't want to stop you from doing what you're doing, but I also don't want my kids hating each other.
Absolutely.
I don't want my kids mad at each other and angry with each other. I don't want this one mad because he wants these things, but I'm telling him he can't have it because I can't afford to buy it for their siblings.
Explain perfectly.
Everything is a conversation. We have to even sit down and talk with our kids. Look, I love you. I'm sorry your daddy not doing this, but his daddy is. At the end of the day, we all love each other. At the end of the day, hey, let your brother wear that jacket your daddy just bought you. You know, share.
Yeah, absolutely.
Share with your sibling. You know, I heard you talking about the video game. Hey, you bring that video game over here. Now, if somebody break that game out of strife because you mad and you jealous, I'm about to bang you. Like, we about to fight. You about to get a whooping because you don't break your brother's stuff. But we all got that one kid. Y'all favorite. Jamel. Rico Man.
Don't do him.
Rico Man was the kid that broke everything. He could look at it and it broke. And it wasn't on purpose.
Don't do him.
I'm sorry. He did.
Don't do him.
He was that kid.
Don't do him.
And everybody was mad at him. Ma, he broke my car. Don't let your brother play with your car. Like, how do you teach kids don't let your brother do this and don't let your brother do that? Hey, you bring this over here, it might get broke. There's a golden rule in my house. Hey, they can't borrow your kid game, because if they borrow your kid game and one of the little ones get the ice skating on it, I'm not buying a new one.
And I'm like, I never want but
it's little conversations.
And that's what it's really about, Lady Lotus. The communication. Like, again, you said to avoid bickering and strife. Let's have a conversation. So it's like hands on, let's be co-parented. I mean, because I feel like a co-parenting, and that's our next hot topic. Like, how do you effectively co-parent? Hey, Lee, my sister is joining in. How you doing, Lee?
Hey, Lee. Hey, girlfriend.
How do you effectively co-parent without stepping on the other parent's toes? Like, what does that look like? Like, you may be a believer in, like, okay, I want my daughter to wear dresses, only dresses. I don't want her to wear any pants. Well, the father may say, well, I want her to wear pants because when she's outside, I feel for her safety, somebody trying to look up under her, just something, but safety purposes, I want her to wear pants. How does that work? Does it? Because I think sometimes that we think that as the custodial parent, our law is law. Or is that true? Is the custodial parent's law? Now, the only situation that I feel that the custodial parent is law is when you have an uninvolved parent, but then you come in and you see I've done something as the custodial parent and you don't like it, but you've been gone 12 years and now you're going to come in and tell your voice has no weight over here.
Yeah.
But if I am involved and I'm actively picking my child up and I'm actively parenting my child, my voice has as much weight as yours.
Correct.
So whatever decisions that we make, we have to make and agree upon that. It's not, because they over here with me. That means absolutely nothing, because I'm paying, I'm picking up, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. your ideology may be different from my ideology as being a parent, but I think that sometimes we get caught up in, again, because I'm the custodial parent, what I say go.
Right.
And that's not necessarily, like, that's not true when you have an involved co-parent.
It's a soft word. It's a very soft word.
What's
No one likes it. Do you want me to tell you?
what?
It's called compromise. You don't want your daughter to wear pants. I get it. You know, some people, like we had girls at school with us, the twins, they wore nothing but dresses. If it could be a religious thing, it might not be, but I want her to be a lady. I want her to be cute. Okay. I don't want her wearing pants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to always make sure she have on biker shorts. I will always make sure that she has on shorts under her pants. I will always make sure we got out of the old school ways. You know, back in the day, we had to wear undershirt. We had to wear a slip. Y'all don't want to wear none of that no more. My baby has camis under all of her shirts. She always want to know, why do I have to put this on? You wear a tank top on under every shirt that you wear because this is how it blocks those things. When she wear a skirt, she has to wear shorts. Why I got to wear shorts? Because you flipping, you playing gym. That's the compromise. Meet me halfway.
Or also too is like, okay, well, if you want our child to wear dress, when they with you, that's all they will do is wear dresses. When they with me, I'm putting them on pants.
I kind of feel like, what is that doing to that child though?
Because
it's like when I'm over here with you, I get to act one way, I get to do one thing. And when I'm over here with you, I get to act one way and I get to do one thing. But is that really truly co-parenting? That's like,
and that's
I'm
what
doing my own thing, you doing your own thing. It's not a front. It's not a forefront. We ain't on the line together.
And what if they don't? But so what if they don't get on the line like that? So that is.
So then when you don't get in line, then as the custodial parent, I'm putting my foot down that I don't want my daughter wearing pants.
But see, that's where I'm like, if that's is that fair though? Do I really have a foot to put down when I'm still taking care of?
I understand that you're taking care, but where do this child live?
But what if they one on, one off? Again, I just think that part right there, if they're not telling anything, if they're not saying anything detrimental, I think that when you have an involved, when both parents are involved and both parents are actively taking care of a child, I think that both opinions matter.
I think
Cedric is saying exactly in your wait. So you're saying exactly in your house, right? It's law in your household. Right. But when I come over here, it's law. But that's where I think that both parents would have to sit down with the kid and be like, okay, well, mommy sees things like this, or when you go to daddy's house, you may get to do this and do that. But when you get home, but again, that's, to me, I feel like that's a power struggle. And that's where it comes in, that where, you know what, somebody gonna have to concede for the well-being of the child, but ain't nobody gonna concede because nobody is thinking that their side is concedable. It's my way because this is what I want, or so, and that's the selfishness of the parents.
But at the end of the day, we still have to consider whether you feel like she shouldn't wear pants or she should wear pants. If we coming up with a good compromise, I don't understand if you power struggling with me to say no to this just because you power struggling and you want what you want. Because if I feel like, hey, I just want her to wear dresses, right? You want her to wear pants. And this could be anything. Mm-hmm. I don't want her eating pork. She can't eat pork. I don't want her eating it. These are the reasons why I don't want my child eating pork. When she comes to your house, I don't want her eating pork because I said no pork. This isn't a religious thing. And so again, if you gonna power struggle with me and I'm going down the line and I'm saying we are what we eat, you know, or when every time she eat a pork chop, her stomach hurt. This is messing with her and his body. Well, all we eat in our house is pork, and I'm not
but
changing
see, now,
it.
If that's the
case,
know,
things like that.
If their stomach hurt, if that was again, but I'm just like.
But some parents may feel like I'm not changing my menu for her. We had to grow up and eat whatever our parents gave us, and she gonna have to figure out if she gonna have to eat it, or you gonna have to send her with some food. To me, we always say, oh, this is more serious than this, and this is more serious than that. But at the end of the day, this child is still sitting here, and what mental issues are we giving our child because we can't agree?
Oh, it's definitely
because we can't
issues.
Compromise.
Absolutely.
What type of selfish behavior are we putting in our child? Because when she over here with me, I'm disciplining. I'm saying you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm giving her structure. But when she come over here to your house, she could jump up and down in the bed, run all around, scream, curse, and do whatever she want to do. How are we structurally balancing our child?
Right.
So now if we can't come up with an agreement on what needs to be done and have some type of compromise, one of us gonna have to put our foot down.
Right. But again, when we go back to the pork, so you see it from that angle on how the negative of pork. What if they see the positive in pork and that's what their belief is? Again, okay, so is it
either way it go, a power struggle gonna come in because we not agreeing and we trying. If we're not just sitting here like, okay, like, can you see my point? Can I see your point? Can I see your point on why you want our daughter to wear pants? You know what? You're right. She do have gym. She is outside running around playing with boys, flipping and doing all that. And I don't want nobody seeing her little pocketbook. I'm going to make sure that every dress she has a pair of shorts to match it, or a pair of stretch pants to go under it, or a pair of blue jeans. Faja wear skirts with blue jeans all the time. She dresses herself, whatever. But that's my compromise. But that dress, that has to go. And it could be because, hey, my mama had to go to school every day with a dress on. Every day. She was not allowed to go to school without a dress. She had to dress up. If you go back to the 60s, them kids went to school dressed up. When she got home from school, she had to take that dress off, hang that dress up, and put on play clothes. Now, maybe we could compromise that. Okay, when our daughter's going places, when she go to school, when she do things like that, I would like for her to wear a dress. If she outside playing, she getting dirty, she don't have to wear a dress. But I'm still going to make sure when she wear that dress, she put her pants on. Now, if he going to sit over there and he still going to disagree with me, and I done came up with multiple scenarios on how we could make this work, and you still going to say no, and you still going to say no, and I feel like you saying no just to be no, all right, well, she lived with me, and she's not wearing pants.
And it's just like, again, and here's the thing, like I say, it's almost it's really difficult when you have somebody.
These conversations up front, like you say, up front.
So it's so important because, again, when you actively have a parent, both parents are actively involved, but they're not together. But the child loves and respects both parents. And I say this, please, you all, don't put your kids in position where they have to try to choose between you all, because that's not a good sight. It's not a good look, and it's not good for the child. Everything that is done, we have to focus on, you know what? We have to do what is well and what's the best thing for our kid. That's what we have to do. That's what we should be thinking about. That's what our focus should be. That's what our goals should be. Doing everything that is possibly right. What can we do to make things better for our kids? Because
build mentally stable children. Our kids are so mentally messed up because my mom over here arguing with my daddy. They don't like each other. If they don't like each other, then how they like me? And then I'm getting tug of war in between. You know what I'm saying?
And then when your kid is acting out in school, you thinking that they acting out in school, it's because of you and this craziness that you are placing them in. And guess what? They don't know how to communicate that. Mom, you are acting crazy. Dad, you're acting crazy. I love my dad. Mom, your kid don't want to see you jumping down their father's neck. They don't want to see that.
No.
They don't want to see you jumping, acting crazy, about their father.
At all.
They don't.
The disagreements, the argue, even if y'all together, take that outside.
They want to see
take that around the corner.
They shouldn't have to see that. They shouldn't have to be subjected to that. So it's just like, as parents, we have to, get rid of, they have a different parenting style than we do. But guess what? I laid down with them. I got it. So now I'm going to have to deal with whatever the consequences of reproducing with somebody that don't have the same. That's why the Bible say don't be unequally yoked. That's in marriage and in having kids, because now you have these type of issues because you had a kid with somebody that does not think the same way.
These are your dating questions, people. How do you see yourself as a parent? If they already got kids, what type of parent are you? How do you discipline your kids? You know, what do you want
what
your
values do you want to instill in your kids?
What in values do you still in your kids? Do you want your kids to go to college? Do you feel like your kids don't have to go to college? You know, are you gonna buy your kid a car at 18? Do you like spending lots of money? Like these things that we think don't matter, and we'll figure it out when we have a kid.
And we totally missing that, baby, because we can't get past what that mouth do and
That
how many
tip is-
strokes and all this other stuff. We ain't got past that yet.
I
So
like
it's
that
like
arching your back when you got that dress on,
facts.
girl.
And we miss all of the main stuff. But it's just like we have to start having these conversations beforehand so that we can avoid a lot of the damage that some of us inadvertently do to our kids as a result of, having kids with a person now that we don't get along with, so to speak,
or even a family, the grandmamas, the aunties, the cousins, all the somebody. Listen, I told my kids, be careful who you have kids by. Nobody ever say that. Be careful who you have a child by. You don't know if these people got mental issues. You just done laid up here with this man because you love him and you've been in love with him for months. And one day y'all decided to plop, we not gonna do it. And now you got a baby by this person. Everybody in his family, bipolar, schizophrenic, dementia.
You got a whole mental case.
About 20 of the kids pee in the bed. They can't even control the Mr. Peabodys and the Mrs. Peabodys.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, listen, coming from my bloodline, listen, it ain't no telling.
That them.
Ain't no telling what you gonna get.
Ain't no telling what
over here. You may get sane, but how sane is that sane? Is it sane on the outside enough to fool the public? Or is it all around sane?
You want to do Tupac, toss it up.
You gonna get you some crazy? Is it crazy that I'm okay to walk the street crazy? Or is it crazy that, they ain't they ain't caught you and put that white jacket on you yet?
Not yet.
I'm just saying. So, you got to be more careful. And that's why I feel like, you know what? I can be placed just about listen.
Anywhere. Corporate.
Your family fighting, act crazy. Hey,
that ain't nothing.
Baby, that was Easter dinner. That was Groundhog's Day
dinner. Maybe Thanksgiving to be different, but I can't promise it.
Listen, this just it all comes down to it. But listen, you have to know and understand what foolery runs, because a lot of us don't want to think that it's some foolery going on in our bloodline. I'm here to tell you, it's a lie and the truth ain't nowhere in you. You know you crazy.
What they say, use a lie and your feet stink.
And that's right. And I was gonna say something.
Use a lie and your feet stink.
But speaking of your feet stink,
oh,
and all that other good jazz. Tonight we're talking about signs you're in the friend zone and how to escape it. Now, you may be saying, Jay, wait a minute. There's a way you can escape the friend zone? Absolutely, there's a way that you can escape the friend zone. But first, we have to clarify, because I think that there's a huge misconception on the friend zone and who's in the friend zone. There's another zone that I think has not officially been labeled, but I'm going to enlighten you all tonight on
this enlightenment.
What that is. See, the friend zone, and let's just get to what the online source. According to an online source, the friend zone is a situation in which a friendship exists between two people, one of whom has an unreciprocated romantic or sexual interest in the other. So it's a friendship that already exists. Okay, so that's what the friend zone is. But here's the other zone that I think most people fall in, and that's why it leaves a bad taste in their mouth when you hear friend zone, because you're not really in the friend zone. And I don't have an online source for this because it doesn't exist. So you guys, this is breaking news.
Breaking news.
Listen, and I'm here to help you.
Am I ready for this?
You may want to brace yourself. There's the friend zone, which few people exist in the friend zone. But then you have the never gonna get it zone. And that's where I think most people fall in to the never gonna get it zone, and they confuse it for the friend zone. See, the friend zone is not a bad place to be, but it's not many people over in the friend zone. You think you in the friend zone, but you not getting treated like you in the friend zone because you're in the never gonna get it zone. That's the zone where we don't, because nobody ever labeled it for. And I'm gonna break it down.
Never gonna get it.
The friend zone versus the never gonna get it zone. See, Leo, you saying no friend zone for me. I'm exiting stage left. The friend zone is exactly where you want to be. Now here's the thing, friend zone versus the never gonna get it zone. I'm gonna tell you, this is how you know which zone you're in. Again, this is not on an online source but I'm gonna tell you how you know. Most people fall in the never gonna get it zone. So the friend zone, it's reciprocated. See, you in the friend zone if you liking on that person and they liking on you, but y'all not together for whatever reason. Maybe it's the timing not right. They not ready for a relationship. But if the right time and the right moment in the situation, you could get it. You in the friend zone. They call you from time to time. I call you. It's reciprocated. It's back to back.
I don't know about this.
That's because most of the people is in this zone. Now that's the friend zone. I'm not gonna listen. I might not be willing to entertain you right now. May not have no intentions on entertaining you, but you don't give me the vibe. So I'm gonna keep you around. If you call me, I'm going to return your call. If you text me, I'm going to text you back. I'm going to call you from time to time to check on you and see how you doing. Some people may say that that's keeping you around, which it is. You know, I'm not ready to be with you, but I just want to, feel it out and see how everything is going. That's your friend zone. Few people fall in that situation.
I don't know about this, Jay.
Few people are in that zone. Now, the never gonna get it zone. This is why people don't like.
You're gonna have to add another zone.
What's the other zone?
So it's the you could get it zone.
That's the friend zone.
No. It's the you could get it zone. It's the friend zone. And then it's the never gonna get it zone. Because I have people in the friend zone that ain't never gonna get it, but they friends.
The friend zone, again, the friend zone, they said it's a romantic, so they shouldn't be in that category. So you got to take them out the friend zone.
But they my friend.
They not, but a friend zone is potential that it could be a little bit.
It can be, because that's not the definition of a friend.
It said friend zone. See,
that mean you.
It could be a little in the you dispute the online source. The online source,
because if you a friend, the definition of a friend. He was a friend of mine.
And you want to be in that because
a friend. He might want it, but he ain't gonna get it.
He might,
but he a friend.
He might because she could be crying and she crying over this dude.
If I friends on you friend.
And she can make a mistake and fall on it. You got it right, lubed up. You ready to go. She done fell on that thing if the time is right.
That's the you could get it friend. That's the friend that's in the difference between that's the friend that's in the corner pocket that's there just in case this relationship. That's just in case this relationship didn't work out.
That's what the friend zone is.
Now the never gonna get it dude can still be my friend.
No. He still I'm gonna tell you, he still can be a friend, but that's what I'm saying. He's in the never gonna get it zone. Now let me
never gonna get it friend zone.
Now let me tell you what we not gonna because I'm gonna tell you when they done treating you you like this in the never gonna get it zone, they not gonna look at you as a friend. Now here's the people in the here is the never gonna get it zone, which is why you all don't like the friend zone, because you're really not in the friend zone. Now the never gonna get it zone. Okay, here's the never gonna, according to Jay, the never gonna get it zone is the people, like you just said, Lady Lotus, you don't have a chance in the world. You ain't gonna get it. Listen, I will fall down the stairs before I fall on you. Even in a good drunk night, I know that you can never get it. The never gonna get it zone, they never call you unless they want something. For you to take them out to eat, take them to come, they need a ride from work, they need something. But on a regular basis, they never call you. They never respond to your texts. The only time you hear from them is when they want something. You, my friend, are in the never gonna get it zone. They don't reciprocate a friendship with you. They don't have a mutual attraction for you. They don't go out of their way to, check on you. Listen.
But I have male friends that I do those things for, and they ain't gonna get it.
They don't go out of their way to check on you and see how you doing. 2 years can go by and you will never hear from them unless they want something. And they will, if you are in the never gonna get it zone, the people, they will call you just like they talked to you yesterday, and it's been 4 years. Hey, how you doing? Good. What you doing? My car broke down. Can you come over here and see? You'll be looking at the phone like, I know this chick didn't just call me, and I ain't
my
talked
friends
to her
to tap in, because I don't treat y'all like that, and y'all ain't gonna get it.
To him in such and such. I ain't talked to her in 2 years, 3 years. You better call your man, and that's when you realize, Dad, I've been in the never gonna get it zone, and here it is all this time. I thought I was in the friend zone. No, you're not in the friend zone, because like I say, a lot of people that are in the friend zone, listen, guess what? Y'all can be friends with benefits and it didn't work out. So guess what we do to you? We friend zone you, because again, we not ready for it, but you're not a definite no. See, a friend zone is just, it's not right now. It's not your turn right now. I'm not saying that you are guaranteed a turn, but what I'm saying is, or you gonna, listen, perfect example. I'm not saying you gonna get drafted, but you on a draft list. Oh, see, there you go. I'm not saying you gonna get drafted. You could be 199. But the thing is, your name on the list. So would you rather be on that draft list, or you want to, that's the friend zone, or you want to be over here in this other pocket for the people that's been playing that don't have you ain't got no skin in the game.
I'm not playing with
that's the never gonna get it zone. So if you fall, and I know it's some people, I know I have blessed some people on
Can
tonight.
Can she get an amen?
I have blessed some people. Pretty Tasha said exactly, Sister JC. Pretty Tasha knows exactly
Pretty Tasha, come on
what
now,
I am talking about. It's like, listen, Cedric is saying we friends before anything. See, that's what I'm saying. So you over there, see, when you in the friend zone, again, here's another thing. They talk to you nicely. If you in the never gonna get it zone, they don't care how they talk to you and how they treat you. Because guess what? They don't care if they hear from you again or not. They don't care. They don't have no vested interest in you, only to get what they can get from you. If you tell them no, it doesn't matter. They won't ever contact you again, because you're in the never gonna get it zone.
Okay, so what is it when
I
know, but I'm just saying, because I can't, I'm still on the fence with this one. So what happened when he like you, but you don't like him?
He's in the never gonna get it zone.
Hold on, wait. I still check on him because he a cool person, he a cool dude, and I just see us as friends better. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? How the kids doing? How your woman doing?
I'm not saying that you cannot genuinely have men as friends. I'm not saying that. So he falls in. He's a friend to you. A friends of men and women can be friends.
So we saying friend zone.
Friend zone.
So the key word is zone. Okay, I got it.
And so I'm not saying that men and women can't be friends. I'm not saying that all men that
no, I ain't saying that. Right, I'm saying like that guy that walked up to me and he liked me. And I was just like, I'm not attracted to you. The fact that
he liked you, he is in the friend zone if you keep him around.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because he liked you.
So I don't like him.
Your friend, it don't matter.
I made him I took him out the friend zone then I put him in friend.
And they're never gonna get his zone. No, if he like you, he ain't your friend.
He is.
No, he ain't.
He's just waiting on his shot. He ain't never gonna get. In my mind,
he's in the never
in my mind, you all, he a friend.
Please listen, you all, message Lady Lotus and tell her never gonna get it. He's in the never gonna get his zone. It's only two.
I am so sorry that I have made y'all feel like
it ain't no in
we've
between.
Been friends.
It ain't no in between.
Because I know you like me, but I don't like you.
Or in the never gonna get it. Then
so I just found out today
you are in the never gonna get it.
You in the never gonna get it zone. Now you still could text me and say, "What's up? How the kids doing?" I'ma answer you because I don't ask y'all for nothing. I don't ask them for nothing. I don't ask you for a ride. I don't ask you for $1. Shoot, I'll probably be getting y'all shots on y'all birthday.
Now, again, we're gonna go over here on the friend zone. So, fellas, if you are in the friend zone, don't worry about it. Today. You are in a good place. The friend zone, it don't mean that you X'd out. Again, I believe most people fall in that never gonna get it zone, and that's why you all are mad at the friend zone because you put yourself in the wrong category, sweetheart. You're not in the friend zone. You're in the never gonna get it zone.
Never gonna get it.
You're never gonna get it. Again, they're never gonna get. Ladies, we fall there too. Listen. You sitting up here thinking he gonna relationship? No, honey. He's only calling you to bust that thing wide open. That's it.
You ain't busting nothing open over here but a watermelon.
3 o'clock in the morning. That's all he calling you for. Then he can go years without talking to you. You are in the never gonna get him zone. Okay.
No, he in the never gonna get her zone.
No, he's calling her for the booty call, and she coming at 2 o'clock in the morning because she want to be with him, but he's not interested in you.
Not interested in you.
You're in the never gonna get it zone. See, the friend zone,
you gonna get it all right, but you in the never gonna be the woman zone.
You gonna get the wet spot. But for the chick that
the walk of shame,
he don't want to be with her right now, but it could be, listen, if given the right time, he drink a little bit enough, you are in the running in the friend zone. But that chick that don't get nothing but blew out and sent back home, you are in the never gonna get him zone. So that's what I need you all to understand. There is a big difference. So the friend zone, listen, you all, if you are in the friend zone
with the J spot today,
chill out. You might get a chance. But again, here are some other signs according to the online source that you in the friend zone. If they compliment you, but they like, man, I'm gonna accept it, but I'm gonna try not to do too much, but I'm not gonna ignore you because again, I don't want you to feel like that little flirty crap. They're flirting.
I'm gonna give you a little shoulder, then I'm gonna take it right back. That right there. Because I'm trying to keep you here.
Or like, listen, she be over there like, oh, I gotta get dressed. I gotta change my Ramon, get out the room. Let me change my clothes. And you pulling your shirt up, and you know what you doing.
You know what you doing.
You know what you doing.
You making him stay because he feel like one day, I'm a breaker.
Right. You give it. So you sending little subliminal hits. But listen, for the mutant that is in the never gonna get it category, get out of here, Ramon. Get out so I can change my clothes. Shut the door. She's not changing nothing in front of you. You disgust her. She ain't finna make a mistake and listen.
You will not be zipping up the back of her dress.
At all. She will go outside to the restaurant, wait till she get to the restaurant for her girls, baby. She'll ask the Uber driver to zip her dress before she asks you to. I'm sorry, you're in the never gonna get it zone.
Oh my goodness.
Why am I there then, Jay? Well, why she got me in that zone? Because if you answer every time she call you and asks you, I'm hungry. Can you see again? That's the new ones too. That's how you know you're in the never gonna get it zone. I'm hungry. You should cash out me some money. You ain't talked to her in 3 weeks. And that's the text message you get. You don't get a how you doing. You don't get a nothing. You just get a request. Or matter of fact, she don't even say nothing to you in your text message.
What
you
we
just
doing
get-
today?
You just get a cash app notification, a cash app request for $40 for lunch.
If all you hear is I ain't got what we doing,
You and never gonna get it on.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to bust your bubble. So again, when you're thinking of the friend zone, like I say, the friend zone, it's a cool place to be. It's a cool place to be. Now, for the people that are in denial that they have a friend zone, see, you gotta watch them. Cause see, they'll have you sitting over there and they dangling a little affection.
That's probably me.
To keep you hanging on. Because again, things are good on this end. So I ain't trying to lead you on.
I ain't trying
to lead you on.
I ain't trying to lead you on, but I ain't trying to lead you away either.
Friend zone.
I need somebody to talk to.
But if they don't, if your presence does not matter to them, like if you stop, I ain't talking to you no more. I ain't doing nothing else for you. Okay.
Oh,
You know that you have been in the never gonna get it zone. And the never gonna get it zone, you are. I'm sorry. That's really not a place that you want to be, but let's just be honest. A lot of people end up there. And again, the confusion and why a lot of people are upset, it's not the people that are in the friend zone that are upset. I believe that it's the people that are in the never gonna get it zone that thought that they were in the friend zone. But hopefully I have cleared that up for you all tonight so that you can place yourselves accordingly based upon the behavior I have explained to you all. Hopefully that clarifies some things. Now, I know some people are going to get off of here and they're going to be very disappointed because they're going to see that they have been demoted.
I am highly upset right now.
I'm sorry, but I just want you all to just really, 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 really know that it's a huge difference, and people don't really nobody talks about that. So let everyone know that you heard it here first on the J Spot, that never gonna get it zone, which is totally different from the friend zone. Do not, and I repeat, do not end up in the never gonna get it zone, because you find people there, they're bitter, they're mad because they feel like they've been used and all this and that, and you still thinking you got a shot, but they not
got a shot in the world
at all, and they're not giving. And it's like, for you all that are in the never gonna get it zone, if you sit back and think, you're gonna be like, you know what, that big mouth crazy chick, you know what, this chick is right. Only time this guy call me is when he wants something. He give me a little conversation. I come over there and give it to him. Don't hear from him again. That big mouth chick, she sure is right. The only time this girl want to talk to me is when she begging, she asking me for something. That's the only time. But I checked her and asked, how you doing? Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, queen. She never respond. I hope you have a great day. Never respond to nothing. But then 2 years later, you get a cash out request.
2 years later,
$40 for lunch, because you ain't told her yet. They don't care whether you there or not. They don't care. So 2 years, if you've been,
let me go ahead and text him. I ain't texted him in a couple of years, but he gonna send it to me because he like me.
Right.
That is trifling.
Right. But it's out there. Trifling. But it's real.
If y'all texting people out of the blue asking them for money, you are now do not answer.
What's trifling is the people that's gonna send it to them because they like, oh man, you still thinking you got a shot, not realizing that you have been in the never gonna get it zone, and that's why they treating you like you in the never gonna get it zone. So I hope that this clarification have helped somebody on tonight. Now, if you all, hold on. If you all want to be a blessing to this here ministry, you can Cash App. I'm not even going to act like I'm a friend on you. I'm just going to beg. You can Cash App us at Amara. How they be doing it? And you can Cash Out me at the $ J-Spot 2022. Yes, $ sign. That's what you can do. If you have appreciated this message, if I have brought some enlightenment to some poor mutant that's been sitting in the never gonna get his own. Amen. I hope we have helped you out tonight. But guys, again, it's okay to be in the friend zone. Just don't end up in the never gonna get it zone, because the friend zone is always a possibility. That never gonna get it zone, you can never escape from that foolishness. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Go to our YouTube channel, like, follow, and subscribe us there, the J Spot Radio, Facebook, the J Spot, Instagram, the J Spot. Until then,
Jaye, y'all.
Until next time.
Thank you for hitting
Good night, you
the
guys.
J Spot
Good night.
on IntellectualRadio.com.